Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around and joining us here today. We are at CTIA Supermobility 2016. We are in the Startup Lab section, and here on the startup stage joining me are four incredible founders who have all gone through accelerator programs. So I'm Danny Larson. I run the Global Accelerator Network. We're a community of accelerators, and here to talk a little bit today about just the founder perspective and what it was like to go through some of those programs. So I'm going to let each of these folks introduce themselves quickly, tell you a little bit about their business, and which accelerator they went through, and then we'll get started from there. So Megan, we'll start with you.
Cool. Hello, I'm Megan Haynes. I'm the founder of Carmies. We make interactive emojis. We connect brands with mobile users by leveraging the over 6 billion emojis that are sent every single day. Our emojis are custom, which means they can be branded. They're interactive, so they have feature sets behind them, and then they're delivered on demand to the smartphone keyboard. And I was in Techstars Spring Sprint, Kansas City, 2016.
It's a mouthful. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Vijay Nadadur, co-founder and CEO of Stride. So Stride is an AI-powered text analytics platform. So this tech can be applied to various use cases. Typical use cases is analyzing contents from different social media channels or uploading your own databases. And the other thing which we have started off late is like process automation, like AI-based process automation. Work with companies like Societe Generale and PwC and so on and so forth. Same batchmates, like Megan, I, and Josh are batchmates. Techstars, Kansas City, 16.
So hello everyone, I'm Pablo Jese, I come from Spain, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Telto. Telto is a peer-to-peer delivery service for broadcasters and ISPs to better deliver content over the internet. We sort out that annoying problem that it is the buffering, so when you watch your videos and that little star starts spinning and that's annoying, we sort that out. We were attending the Techstars Virgin Media Accelerator in London, and we finished this last July 2016. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Joshua Montgomery, the founder and CEO of Mycroft AI. We're building an open source natural language platform that allows folks to let their technology understand speech and respond to people using the most natural form of human communication, voice. You could think of us as the open source community's answer to Siri or Amazon Echo.
And which accelerator did you go through?
Kansas City 2016 Techstars.
All right, so all Techstars alum up here, which is pretty fun. Welcome. So Techstars, for those of you who don't know it, is a startup accelerator. They run multiple programs across the globe now. And they were started in Boulder, Colorado, which is my hometown. And they are basically the founders of our network as well, the Global Accelerator Network, bringing together startup programs from all over the world. So anyways, great to have all of you guys with us. And I'm just going to spend the next 20 minutes peppering you with questions. And you can hopefully help gain some understanding on what this whole accelerator thing's all about. So Josh, I want to start with you. Why did you join an accelerator?
Sure, so we're a little bit different from some of the other companies in the accelerator in that we were invited to apply. So we were actually—
It's nice to be wanted.
Yeah, it was nice to be wanted. We were busily pursuing our technology in Lawrence, near Kansas City, and they were looking to have some local companies join the Kansas City Techstars program. They'd been running the program for 3 years without any companies from the local area being able to participate. So we became the first Kansas company to join a Techstars program anywhere in the world. For us, the reason that we responded to the application, we were fairly experienced business operators at the time, was specifically because of the network. So, you know, when you operate, especially when you operate a company outside of the network in Silicon Valley or New York or Boston, you have limited opportunities to engage with folks who have capital, and you have limited opportunities to get the network effects that come from working with other companies in your space. Techstars really helped us to solve this problem by introducing us to venture firms and angels all over the United States, giving us a really hardcore network of other Techstars companies that we can interface with, and then allowing us to come to new cities and already have basically friends and family there. I've been privileged this month to visit Omaha, San Francisco, Chicago, Boston, and New York. In every single city that I went to, I was able to visit with CEOs of Techstars companies. Without exception, every single one of them invited me to stay at their home. Every single one of them invited me to have a desk at their office. And every single one of them offered to introduce me to at least one investor in the local community. And it's that type of tight network, the effect that we were looking for, and it's what we as a company are working to take advantage of as we come out of the Techstars program.
Cool. So you were invited to join the program and then invited into other founders' homes and just like wanted all the way along. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic experience.
People want to hang out with you.
Yeah, Techstars has a motto that's give first. And so you'll see that CEOs all over the country really live that motto and are willing to go out of their way to help other Techstars companies and even founders that are outside Techstars to succeed, because it's by helping the other folks around you to succeed that over the long term you build this ecosystem and they help you. So
Yeah, that's awesome. So Megan, I want you to be able to add to that as well. Why did you join Techstars? Why did you join an accelerator? And perhaps put a little bit of a spin on it too of what did you see as your other potential options to accomplish some of those things that you wanted to get out of the accelerator?
So so my platform is it's a marketplace, and so I'm putting together several different sides. I have end users that actually use the emojis. I have distribution partners that take our technology and distribute them out to their users. I have brands that are our true customers, and there is a large dinosaur walking around right behind you guys. Hi. It's kind of cute. So putting all of those things together is actually it's a difficult proposition. And being a one-woman show, being a first-time entrepreneur, it's really difficult to herd all these cats and get everybody to agree on that this is a really great idea. So, I've been working on this idea for 2 years before I got into Techstars, and a lot of disappointments and a lot of heartache and a lot of crying. And when I got to Techstars, I saw that I am not insane, and I just wanted to be around other people that had gone through the same things. And the community, I mean, you're going to hear a lot about community up here today, but the community of people that are just as crazy as you are and trying to change the world and do weird stuff is amazing. And it just makes you feel so loved. I love you.
Oh,
I love you, and I love you, and I love you.
so much love up here, guys. Thanks. So Vijay and Pablo, I want you to take it from a little bit of a different direction. What were your reasons not to join Techstars? You did join Techstars. You joined an accelerator. You jumped on board. But what reasons did you have against it?
Okay, so my case is Techstars was my fourth acceleration, right?
Wow.
I had been through an acceleration in Lisbon, Portugal, Paris, France, Santiago, Chile, and this was my fourth one, like around the world. So that was frustrating to be like leaving and your hometown and moving country to country, cities to cities. And
Because what some people might not know about accelerators too is it's not just a program for companies. You're actually relocating to these cities, working there for a few months at a time, and really kind of giving up a lot of your day-to-day life to make that move. So that's a lot of moves.
yeah, so two things. One is like the travel and like living in a different city. Like I was changing countries like once in 6 months, so it was challenging. I was not very keen to do that. The other part is like if you have been through an acceleration program, you know it's like they push you to your limits. And I was like 13 weeks in which they're going to make you do almost like 50 weeks of work. So it's a lot of work. And like, my team and I, we were like, can we avoid this? Probably not. All the efforts was worth it, completely worth it.
Cool. Pablo, how about you? Why not join an accelerator?
Why not? No, I think in our experience is like you have to think first before joining an accelerator that it fits for you or not. In our case, there was a clear fit because the accelerator was run by Techstars together with Virgin Media that is owned by Liberty Global. So Liberty Global is being an extremely helpful partner for us because we are testing our solution with them directly, and having that chance is not easy because you cannot go around and knocking doors and getting those deals by your own, maybe, because it's like it is hard to get to the people that make decisions at those levels. So that was the main reason, and the network mentors that we could get access to, that's really important from an accelerator. So all those people that are offering help in exchange for nothing, that's extremely helpful. And that's something that we really thought before joining the accelerator. So my suggestion to others is like, I will check the mentors network, the things that they can offer before joining the accelerator, because maybe that knowledge is not the right one for you, or maybe this is like that depends, and that's basically what you had to think before.
Yes, you're hearing it from this group of founders, and you heard it from the last little chat that we just had up here from Ryan at Iron Yard Ventures, that really an acceleration program is only in small part about the actual monetary investment, and in much, much larger part about the network that you're getting to know. In the case of Techstars, there's an extremely valuable network of founders who are involved. But in the case of every accelerator around the globe, if they're operating a good program, there should be a network of really engaged mentors. So I want to just ask a few questions about mentors. I want to give two of you the chance, one to talk about who was a great mentor, a game-changing mentor for you, and then somebody else to take up the torch and talk about just a really terrible mentor experience. And we can go in either order. We are not going to name names on the negative side here, but just want to give some ideas on what was really helpful when it comes to mentorship and what was really terrible. So I'll let anybody pick it up.
Do you want to start?
Go for it, Josh.
You only have to tell one story, good or bad.
I got an easy one. So one of the things that they do in Techstars is they introduce you to a bunch of angels and venture capital folks, and one of the things that Techstars vouches for is that these people will be fantastic and will treat you right. And one of the mentors that we had runs a VC firm out of Salt Lake City, and walked up to us on demo day and said, "We're going to invest $50,000 in your company." He shakes my hand, walks up to my managing director and says the same thing. "Great relationship, fantastic." Time goes by, like check doesn't show up. Time goes by, guy goes dark. Finally contacts us 3 months later and says, "Just kidding." And of course, we'd just been raising a round and had actually, set a piece of this round aside, had been turning down investors who wanted to purchase, make this investment. And he walked away, and we've not heard anything from him since. And so I did learn a valuable lesson from this mentor, and so it actually, and at the $50,000 level, it's actually a really valuable lesson, and that's that an investor is not an investor until his check has cleared the bank. When the investor's check has cleared, he has the right to what he has reserved as part of your round. Until that point in time, it is for sale. And that is for the protection of the company, and the reason that you have to do that is because investors and sometimes mentors engage in bad behavior. So, and I'd love to name names, but I'd get in trouble.
But you won't. You won't name names. And to be clear, too, not all mentors are investors, and not all investors are mentors. And it should probably, in some cases, it should maybe stay that way. And anyway, so yeah, would love to hear either another war story or another great story.
Oh,
Let's have it.
For me, there's no such thing about good mentors or bad mentors. It depends on you, because you gather a lot of information. It is your job to match that information with the things that you have experienced, because everybody can have an opinion about your company, about the market, and everything. And it is you, just you, that have to filter that information and evaluate if it's valuable for you or not. Of course, there are matches that are no-brainers, and there are others that are difficult to see. But in the end, you just have to gather that information. It's a gathering information process, and then just filter it. It's your job. It is just sitting down with all the notes that you took and evaluate that and think if it's good for you or not.
So, my opinion, in Techstars, we had incredible experience with mentors. Some of the mentors were so helpful that we come from a very heavy tech background, and probably we were not doing a great job in terms of selling the B2B concept. And Some of them spent time from their office hours, like they have a full-time day job, and they spent time like an hour to get on the call with our potential customer, gave us feedback, and actually helped us draft emails. So that was like literally hand-holding. But yeah, a terrible experience do I have? Absolutely. I told you I went through 4 accelerators. Some of them said like, you guys are not creative. I said, why? Ah, you're from India. This is what I'm talking about, some of the
Yikes.
terrible comments. But you know, life, it's not like one person. It's like you come across goods and bads. It's just about experience. And as you rightly pointed out, nobody's good or bad. It's just about the experience. And I have a thick skin, so it's okay nowadays.
All right, I'll do a good one. So I had a mentor that actually, so our accelerator was partnered with Sprint out in Kansas City. And I had a mentor who was just a phenomenal business development person. You know what I mean. So he sat me down at least once a week, every morning for coffee, and we went through who all the players were over at Sprint, and we talked about what happened, the stories, because it's all about people, right? And I think somebody smart once said something like, your level of success is in direct proportion to the amount of people that want you to succeed. And so I really wanted to understand the environment and the climate and who the players were and how they had relationships with each other. And he just opened up and told me how everything worked. And it was absolutely instrumental into our partnership with Sprint later.
Cool. That's awesome. So what about some of the other just aspects of the accelerator? I'm wondering if anybody had like a light bulb moment, an epiphany moment that really would have never happened outside of the program. Was there any pivotal moment in your company's direction that wouldn't have been possible without an accelerator?
Sure. So we went into the accelerator with our little device that's back there on the thing, and you know, we originally went in and we had to explain what our device does. It sits in the room, listens for the keyword, and then it does stuff for you. And Amazon launched the Echo like right as we were going, and now I don't have to explain to anybody what it does. It's like it's an open source version of Echo. But that was really what our focus was as a company when we went in, and we were talking about this device and shipping it and going into retail stores. And as I went through the accelerator, like one of the things that I realized after talking to it is that we were thinking way too small. And so as we got deeper and deeper into it, we started changing the way that we approached both communicating and solving the problem. So instead of talking about the little device, we talk about taking our stack and making it available on anything. And so today, when I talk to a lot of the blue chip companies that we're building partnerships with, so places like Samsung and GE and Walmart, what we talk about is voice enabling anything. So bringing our technology and allowing us to create a voice system for your automobile that doesn't suck, like something that's fantastic, that works really well. Building it into refrigerators with GE, building it into displays with Samsung. And so through the accelerator process, like we were able to broaden our vision. And now it's a vision that's much more compatible with the types of folks and the types of funding that we're seeking. You know, venture capital is not interested in financing a wireless speaker that competes head-to-head with Amazon Echo. They are interested in financing a voice platform that can be deployed globally on hundreds of millions of devices. And so that was something that through conversations with co-founders and other mentors, I came to realize during the program, and now it's a stock part of our pitch, and it's really where we focus our effort as a company.
So Techstars really helped you to think much bigger than
Yes.
your original business idea was. Do you think that they saw that in you before they accepted you to the program?
Oh, absolutely. So in Techstars, it's team, market idea. And the only reason they have idea in their list of priorities is because you have to mention it. It's all about the team. And so, you know, when they bring people in, some companies walk out doing something completely different. Rex Animal Health from our prior program came in as a platform that allowed veterinarians to schedule meetings. And now they're a data analytics company for genetic
Nice
information.
plug for
pets.
Rex, by the way.
Rex is a fantastic company, and they're part of the new Illumina accelerator out in San Francisco. They're having a fantastic time doing fundraising. They're doing genetic sequencing now, which is a long way from we take calendar appointments for your pets. And so, you know, Techstars accepted Amato into the program, not because he had an idea that was scalable, but because they liked Amato and they thought that he had the tenacity to succeed, and they were able to support him, expand his idea, and help him to be acceptable. Wired magazine's writing about him now. So
It's awesome. Okay, what other light bulb moments, pivotal moments for your company that wouldn't have been possible? Oh, wait, but you wanted to say something. I thought that's where you were going.
Oh, no, I just
Say it
wanted to
first.
I just wanted to add on to that. Like, I totally agree. It's all about messaging, and that's one of the best things that you get out of an accelerator program, because you got to say what you do to so many people who do not get it, that you change your messaging like a million times. How many times did we practice our pitch for demo day? We changed our pitches for demo day maybe 100 times. You only did 3, huh?
I have.
Oh. So I went into Techstars as an emoji company. I came out as a mobile content distribution platform that is changing the way mobile app content is distributed. So, I mean, it's all about messaging. I know you want to say something.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, like we're a technology platform. We were forced to productize, which we were kind of not a big fan of. Now, every single large customer that we have is because of that. So it's kind of, think about it, it's kind of an oil refinery. You have a crude oil going in and refined oil coming out. Kind of the before, after, if you compare. In fact, we did that. Like every week we used to have pitch practice. We used to see the videos, how we were doing. And at the end of the, on the end, like on the last day, on the demo day, that is like, it was such a refined pitch. And that messaging really helps you to get customers and like explain your business to your potential customers and investors in a way which is unambiguous and kind of makes it obvious, right? So that was a aha moment for us.
Cool.
Yeah, I remember when we joined the accelerator, there was all this discussion about going to large broadcasters or going to small companies doing video. As I said before, and this serves as an example, all our mentors were suggesting to go to the long tail, to the small companies, because they thought that we could have less problems going to those small ones because they have less bureaucracy and all these kind of things. In my opinion, the problem that we are solving, it is on the roof of the large broadcasters. But what we did was, okay, we gathered that information, let's do something. The challenge was to prove that we were right or not going to the large companies. So actually, I remember I was spending my whole weeks, 15 hours working, like researching information, contacting people, gathering information, and we found out actually that it was less difficult for us to go to the large companies because we had already big companies behind. We had Liberty, we had RTV, which is the national broadcaster in Spain, and that creates an equity effect. The only thing that we needed is the proof of market that the technology was working well with one of those big ones, so we could go to the others. And that we found out in the long tail is that actually they were more accessible, but the problem was that they had less resources. So their engineer resources were less, so we had like, we were struggling to sell them the solution to them.
I think I'm seeing a common theme that Techstars pushed all of you to think bigger than you originally went into the program thinking, and they believed that you could do it, which is really cool too. Okay, so changing gears a little bit, and we've only got a few more minutes left, I think 2 minutes maybe, but because we know that a lot of folks here at CTIA are representing companies, large companies, who may want to start working with startups, who may want to start working with accelerators, I'm wondering if any of you have words of wisdom for a corporation who wants to engage startups. How should they go about that?
Yes, I have certain words of wisdom for larger companies. Take my words. If you expect a startup to come out and make a presentation and have a bunch of people wearing suits and ties and saying exactly the stuff that you want to hear, you probably don't want to work with startups. You are better off with 100,000 plus employee companies. So have reasonable expectations, and startups are experimenting, right? And you can, they're nimble, so you can guide them the way you want to. So most startups are going to be open to your suggestions and inputs. So make it easy for them to work. So they're going to be very flexible. That's a huge advantage you get. But you don't want to have like very strict rules and apply the corporate games. If that's what you want to do, there are larger companies to work with.
Startups are a little unpolished, rough around the edges, but but can move quickly. So yeah, still worth working with for sure. Yeah.
Use the power of your brand and buy something. So for me, I work with a lot of blue chip companies, none of which have written us a check yet, right? So I get to say we're working with the companies, but when I'm in a venture meeting, how much have they bought comes up, right? For a lot of these companies, making a very small purchase, like a $5,000 initial payment, like what you would pay for a coffee or an office party, allows you to be a paying customer. And I, as somebody who raises money for a living, can take a $5,000 check from a company like Walmart and use it to raise $1.5 million in venture capital in order to build a product that meets Walmart's needs. And so that's the company leveraging its brand and its coffee budget, right, to go out and get a startup to engage in a lot of economic activity and a lot of development activity in a very dynamic environment for practically nothing. And so the other thing is be fast. As startups, like, time's money, like, and never more so in a startup. Like, we keep a count on how much runway like how many days I have until I run out of money. Working with bigger companies, they inevitably have a really like, hey, we'll close this sale in 18 months. In 18 months, my voice company might be a drone company, right? So if you want to leverage the power of startups, you have to move fast.
If you like what you see, act on it.
Yep.
And it doesn't take, the PO the size of what you would normally engage with through Walmart to actually change and influence the course of a small, nimble company. You can dip your toe in before you dive all the way in. So that's good advice. Megan, how about you?
I was actually going to echo a lot of what just got said, but I want to add something to that. Just be honest with us. So yeah, we can be nimble. Yeah, we'll take suggestions, but we're not a mouse. You're not a cat. Like, don't play the game. If you really want to use our stuff, be honest about what you're interested in and work really closely with us. And we're actually super easy to work with. We'll do darn near anything for your business. But if you're just playing with us, please don't, because we have such few hours in the day to make this work, and we're really like putting our life on the line here.
Yeah, in order for a company to be this nimble and be this flexible and take your advice, they have to be small, which means they have limited resources in terms of bandwidth. And so respect their time, respect their talent, and don't lead them down a rabbit hole, right? Yeah, that's cool. Pablo, anything you want to add? And then I think we got to wrap up.
I completely agree. It's about time, it's about the expectations. So the only thing that I will add is big companies are all about bureaucracy and red tape. And you cannot expect a startup to go to that process, because you are going to killing it, as he said. It's like you cannot go and comply with all those requirements, all those processes, and so if you really want to innovate, you have to forget all those processes and rely on the services that the startup is offering at that point. That's the only thing. So it cannot meet the processes that other small companies have to meet when they work with these companies.
If you want to innovate, you have to break the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Absolutely.
All right. And I think you touched on something there too, of just kind of the hug of death, that a major partnership with a large company can be the best thing in the world for a startup until it starts to actually strangle your ability to innovate. So let the startups do what they're here to do, which is bring innovative thinking, and let them break the rules if they need to. So anyways, that's all for today. Again, we're representing Techstars strongly up here as a world-renowned accelerator. I'm with the Global Accelerator Network. We're hosting a happy hour with a lot of really cool people tonight, including a lot of innovative thinkers, and we'd love to have you there. So come talk to us if you'd like to join. Thanks so much, everybody.